what's up? Sorry about my voice. Yeah, I'm sick. So bear with me and sorry about the music too. My neighbors are being really weird and stupid, playing some loud Spanish music. But anyway, we're going to continue the bug out series, this video with transportation. Basically, when you are in a bug out situation, you have to leave wherever you're at quickly, get your flight really quickly. What's your method of transportation? Whether it's your car, your motorcycle, your bicycle, a helicopter, airplane, all of them have advantages and disadvantages. But the reason you want to pick now is because getting it prepared ahead of time is a big deal. Whether you pick a bicycle, you might want to build a generator. I read a book about some guy that put a generator onto his bike, so when he pedals, he powers the battery so he can charge your phone or radio, whatnot. You might want to think about building one of those. If it's a car, you might think about making a car so you can charge stuff, getting a brush guard for it, making it stronger, putting a snorkel on it, stuff kind of like that. You want to start preparing your transportation method just as much as a bug out bag. That's why it's very important. Each one isn't going to be a whole lot better than the next. Like I said, they're all going to have advantages and disadvantages. So we're going to go through the four major types of transportation you should pick from. The first one is the bicycle, just your average day bike. The second is a motorcycle. The third, because I'm sick, can't think straight. The third is a truck, and the fourth is a car sedan, SUV, minivan kind of thing. Minivan kind of thing, sorry about that. Alright, so the bicycle, it's obviously, it has many advantages and disadvantages, like I keep saying. An advantage is that it's very mobile. If you have to carry it, you can. If you're stuck in traffic, you can easily weave through all the other cars. However, you cannot go that fast, and you have to do a lot of work for the speed you are going to go. Where on the other options, they are obviously powered by themselves and will do all the work for the speed themselves and everything else themselves. So bikes are very helpful in the fact that you can go off-road. You can go off-road easily, on-road easily. You can weave between cars. You can get in tight spots, whatnot. And they're great for the mobility, agility kind of thing, but they're not great for packing. Obviously, you won't be able to you might be able to put a basket and a little rack on the back, but you won't really be able to get a whole lot of packing space on them. And that's one of the biggest disadvantages, is you're going to want a lot of space to be able to pack stuff, and with the bike, you're just not going to get that. However, with something like a motorcycle, this was probably going to be my preferred right here, is the motorcycle. You get most of the same agility, whether pick an enduro if you're going to go with a motorcycle. Definitely get an enduro. You get the agility that you do on a motorcycle, except you do on a bike, but you don't have to work as hard for it. And you can pack more stuff on them. Now, I might be thinking, well, if you have an enduro, no, you can't. You won't be able to pack as much as whether you got a bike with a bunch of pockets, like a Harley, something like that, where they're made to kind of go across country and pack stuff into. You won't have that kind of packing space, which will definitely have more than your average day motorcycle. So than your average day bicycle. Now on to the next one, which is that of the trucks. Now trucks are obviously going to be great. Everyone loves a good truck. Now why this is different from a car is trucks are going to be able to beat up a lot more than a car. If you do go with the truck, I suggest something small. A Ford Ranger would be my preference, because I'm a Ford guy. I don't like Chevy. They're just not as good as Ford. Dodge is okay. Dodge Dakota, Ford Ranger, those are good. I mean, you can go with the Chevy S10, but I wouldn't. That's just because I'm a Ford guy. There's not much about that. But go with a small truck. Don't get a F-350 King Ranch, extended cab, extended bed. It's going to be sucking up a bunch of gas. I mean, Ford Rangers, the 2000 Ford Ranger version, which is a car that I have, I'm going to get pretty soon, it gets 35 highway, 40 city. So you will be able to save on gas. They have a fairly big tank. They're small, so you can move them around easily. They're tough trucks, whatnot, so they're good like that. The Dodge Dakotas, S10s, they get about the same. They get at least 20 around there anyway. But you don't want a big truck that's going to be hard to drive around in tight situations and is going to suck up a lot of gas. Now with the truck, you can obviously off-road a little bit more than a dirt bike in tighter situations, however, through muddier situations, but however the tighter situations will be a lot harder. You'll be able to blow through a mud hole if you jack it up, put some mud tires on there, get yourself some 54, something like that, where you'll be able to go over everything easily. However, you will not have the agility that you will have on a bike or motorcycle, so that is one advantage to them. However, you can pack a whole lot on there, and you can get brush guards, you can get snorkels, and you can really make them into a very good tank. So a motorcycle and a truck are about tied. It might be nice to load a motorcycle into your truck, but that I would definitely suggest either a motorcycle or a truck. Now sedans, cars, stuff like that, they can work well. However, they're obviously not going to be many people's preferred choice. If you do go with one, go with a SUV with a truck kind of boost to it. Like for example, a 4Runner or a trying to think, I can't think of any, a Trailblazer kind of thing. Something that is kind of a truck with an SUV body kind of thing. So you don't really want a GMC Denial. Something all fancy like that that's really big is going to get you in a lot of trouble. Because people either just think, okay, that guy's rich, I'm going to go rob him, and they're just not very strong cars. You want to get something you can make strong, attach a brush guard to, snorkel to, whatnot, and really make it a great, great truck. Now sedans, these are obviously not going to be a great choice because, they're not very strong, they're low to the ground, you won't really be able to drive through water if you need to, anything like that. So I would definitely not recommend a sedan. So once you pick your transportation method and what exactly you're going to use for your bug out situation, I would suggest starting to make it as beefy and as prepared as possible. Now what I mean by that is, if you're picking a truck, put a brush guard on it, get nice tires for it, put a lift kit on it so that you can drive through deep water, put a snorkel on it, stuff like that. Make it so any situation you can think of, you will be able to overcome if at all possible. Whether, put a wrench on it definitely too, by the way. But you might have to drive through a puddle, like a flooded area that's, you can't get through on your motorcycle, then you're going to have a truck there for that, because you got a snorkel, you got all that equipment right there. If you get a motorcycle, then think about trying to get some kind of generator on it. I'll also try to get a generator in a truck, so that you can power stuff as you drive, get extra gas for everything, for how to attach that easily and securely. You want to make sure that you're going to be prepared and beefy on your trucks. Now, being prepared is maybe some things that you want to put in your bug out bag because they're too big, something like that, you just put into your truck. Maybe you want to pack a week's worth of clothes, but you don't want to take up the space in your bug out bag. Then find a way to attach them to your motorcycle and always have them there, or have them right next to your bug out bag, and you can strap it on really quickly when you need to. You might want to attach a gun, as if I am in a bug out situation, I have a crossbow and an air rifle. I'm going to be taking both of those. And so those are going to be my two main sources of self-defense and hunting. So I'm going to figure out a way, when I get my truck, my motorcycle, whatever I'm going to use, I'm going to figure out a way to get those on there safely, securely, make sure that they're not going to bother me while I'm riding, and that I can easily get to them. Another good thing to attach is get a couple machetes, big knives, something like that, and kind of just attach them all on the truck. So if you need to cut yourself loose, there's going to be one right there. If you need to defend yourself, there's going to be one right there. If you see a rabbit, something that you can go kill and eat, then there's going to be something easily available for you to do that. So this is a quick wrap up here. Basically talked about the transportation in bug out situations. What exactly do you want for transportation? Now there's a lot more to think about here, but I might do a little bit more extended video on this later, but this is the basics right now. The bug out series I'm doing right now is just the basics of everything. Later I might expand a little bit. I'm not quite sure on that. But basically just once you pick your vehicle, make sure you beef it up, make sure it's going to work right in all situations, and make sure you get it prepared so that it'll never fail you. So I hope this has been a big help to y'all. If so, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good quality and stuff. Woo woo. And I will see y'all in my next video. Goodbye.